Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the Manga Man, and today we're talking about One Piece chapter 995, or as I like to call it, the Road to 1000. At this point, by the time this video comes out, you're probably thinking, it's done that late, why not just wait till the official release? But when you have 67 subscribers and not all of them are active, you need to take any advantage you can, especially with me not having a big enough audience. And in actuality, I was waiting last night for the review. I wasn't feeling as well, so the next opportune time came to do the review was now, but got delayed because of the car, and here we are. So let's get into it. Without further ado, let's get into the review. So One Piece 995. It was alright. I mean, like, nothing crazy happened, but the implications are important. Now, last week's chapter, or the last chapter, wasn't the most interesting. It wasn't like, oh my god, so hype. And sometimes you've got to kind of have these chapters to kind of have a bit of a cool down so it can start ramping up again. So I'm fine with that. But there are little implications that I'd like to talk about. So let's go through it. So, the title is obviously to do with the end, Kunoichi's oath. Being that Otama is a Kunoichi in training, makes sense. Because we don't see Shinobu at any point throughout this chapters that I can think of that's significant. So it's nothing to do with her, it's to do with Otama. We'll get to her ending. And then you kind of go through the chapter. I think the key thing with the beginning part of the story is the fact that there are ways to deal with Yonko, and more importantly for Big Mom, to deal with Prometheus. And this is shown when her flames can't touch Marco or harm Marco. And he says, oh, my flames are special, which causes Big Mom to be ruthless and grab him by the throat and get Sparrow's help. Because before that, it doesn't look like he was getting involved. And he really shows his colour, and he's like, sorry mate, I've been trying to kill you over the years anyway, so this is a good opportunity. He basically shows his sociopathic side that he's inherited from his mother. Because he clearly sees nothing wrong with taking the opportunity. I mean, he's a pirate after all. So killing an enemy or potential rival when you have the opportunity, he's gonna take it. This kind of leads into the obvious intervention that everybody saw coming. If you didn't see this coming, I don't know what chapters you've been reading recently. And we get to see Wanda's and Carrot's Sulong forms. Basically, Carrot has just grown up from being a cute little teenager to a grown-up. And they're decent. I mean, I actually like Wanda's. She kind of reminds me of Ninetales from Pokemon. But yeah, the fact that they're going to go after Perorin makes sense. I mean, though I've heard all the conversations about Carrot for Nakama. I don't really care too much about it. If it happens, cool. If it doesn't happen, cool. She seems strong enough. I mean, it is a mink. They don't really have a mink. But personally, I would have just taken Pedro or Peckham's. That they both work for me. In any case, yeah, they're going to fight now. And we'll probably see the outcome of that, or how strong Perorin is. The funny thing is, he's such a sociopath, psychopath, whatever you want to call him. Because they're like, because of him, Pedro had to blow himself up. And he's like, yeah, the idiot, why did he blow himself up for? I got hurt because of it. And it's like, it's not the fact that he literally causes someone's death. It's the fact that he was negatively influenced that he's basically perpetuating. He has no, he's not like, yeah, he's basically saying, yeah, I killed him. But the fact that it affected me was probably more important. So I'm going to tell you about that. So he literally is telling you that he's not saying he's sorry. He doesn't care. He's more saying, look, I got hurt in the process. That's more important to me. Yeah, I'm guilty. That's pretty much it. He's a pirate through and through, essentially. And essentially Big Mom boots it. Now, Big Mom does run away, but realistically, it's more of the fact that she was wasting time there, and she probably would tear, Marco a new one It's more about it'll take a while, his crafty experience, and there's probably hacky involvement and whatever have you. So that's the real deal there. There's nothing more to it. But what this also does, and this is one of the implications I want to talk about, it does free up Marco for the next bit. Well, the second part of the next bit. So the first part, let's get it out of the way. The accordion himself, the human accordion, Scratchman Apu, is on the run, running for his life, and he better not stop moving, because if he gets caught, he's in trouble. He can't give the antidote away to his friends, or he'll die. He can't, stop moving, or he'll die. He's basically in a lose-lose situation, and with Zoro and Dire Drake on his behind, it's not going to end well for him. The funny thing is, Zoro can't be asked. He's literally like, yeah, I really want to go help, the rest of them, so can we just hurry this up? I really don't have time for this. Like Big Mom. And basically Dire Drake just doesn't like Apu. He finds him annoying. I don't know what happened in the past. I'd love to see a flashback. But that's interesting. The second bit, well, there's actually 3 bits for this bit. We'll get the second bit out of the way. The second bit's to do with Brooke and Chopper. Brooke's like, yeah, I'm fine. I don't know if I should be offended by this because I'm technically not flesh and blood, but he's not affected by it. And this gives Chopper an idea because he thinks it's something. He thinks about something, but then he doesn't realize that essentially he's infected. And this becomes essentially a trial of time. Now, does Law have any involvement in these up chapters? No. Where is he? He's the only other person I can think of that can actually help. But he's nowhere to be seen. I wonder why. Or Marco, who's also a doctor / healer, who actually has heat healing that seems like the perfect counterbalance to this disease or plague, who just now, remarkably, is free. You see where I'm going here. It's going to be a matter of time. How long can Marco get to Chopper? Will Chopper last enough to be able to tell him what he's figured out? We're going to have to wait till next week on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. No, but seriously, that's looking like where it's heading realistically. He's free. He's affected. He's figured something out. He needs to tell somebody. Another healer needs to help him. But 3 healers potentially there, they need to work together. So, Law, whatever you are, get your act together. Get over. And then the third bit that I wanted to get to was the fact that Queen is just enjoying everything. Apu's calling him a psycho, but he's like, okay, so the second and third of these 2 people, that person's Zoro, and this one's a Vinsmoke. Oh, to think he was Judge's son, Vinsmoke Judge's son. The fact that he specifically goes out of his way and says Judge's name may mean there's a backstory there. So if you think about all the people that have realistically mentioned Judge's name so far, they all want something to do with science. Big Mom's whole kind of marrying and killing them off type of deal was for their technology. The whole thing previously linking him to Vegapunk was also the fact that him and Caesar was on Vegapunk's crew as a batch of scientists. Could potentially Queen have been something similar? I mean, he does deal with cybernetics, he deals with chemicals. It seems right up the alleyway of a Caesar clown type of character. Maybe he was an assistant, but it does seem like that's possible, that there's going to be a link there. So I'm hoping we get a flashback for that very soon. And then we cross over to, I guess, what's going to lead into the ending, but there's about 3 bits to this, so I want to talk about all of them. We see basically Usopp pulling out all his tricks, and it seems at one point that he's actually got Ulti on the ropes. Not necessarily because he's stronger, he's just tricky, and I think this is going to be a theme regardless of how strong he gets, that he's going to be a tricky veteran down the line because of all the experience he has, because of his adventures, because he wants to be a brave hero of the sea, and part of being brave is being able to deal with scary or unforeseen circumstances, and the best way you can deal with that is through experience. So as he gets more experience, he'll get more braver, he'll get more wily, he'll get more tactical, and this is his tricky side coming out. So he's managed to catch it in a type of green a fly trap, and he's basically gonna corrode her away with acid, I believe, or eat her, and Page One gets help Ulti gets help from page 1. She asks for it, and Ulti, page 1 like, do you really need help? When she's free, the first thing she does is bloody headcannons Usopp, and he's like, oh, not again. So he's got hit by something before, and he's done. And then they move on to the Nami, and the one thing that I found funny about this interaction is Ulti saying to Nami that, listen, say it was a mistake, say he's not going to become the Pirate King, as in Luffy, and I'll let you go. And Usopp saying, yeah, say it, it's okay to lie, there's nothing wrong with lying. There's two ways to look at this. Is Usopp being a coward? Probably. Or is Usopp being more concerned about the life of his Nakama? I think it's both. Because, yes, he's a coward. He's not shown any kind of inkling that he's not a coward anymore since the time skip. That's always going to be the case. It's just now he's going to have priorities that are more important to him. So he does not have any problems putting himself down for the sake of his Nakama. That's basically what this is showing. So he says it's okay to lie rather than die. But Nami, she will give up the fight. She will make up excuses, but she will not say that Luffy's not going to become the Pirate King. And good on her. She should believe in her captain. And that's something I do like. And I'm hoping that it's the jokey side with Usopp. I'm hoping this isn't a regular thing. The cowardice side. I mean, it is part of a joke. His character's like that. But I'm hoping this is more of an emphasis on his care for Nami being a Nakama than his fear of, getting whooped. Because he's got his skull crushed, so clearly he's taken a beating. He is durable. But obviously the fact that Usopp did his best with the bamboo javelin versus page 1, and the Venus flytrap with Ulti, shows that they're durable. It's going to be a tough fight regardless, so it's going to be fun to see how they come out of this. The ending, however, was bravo, a lovely ending. Nami didn't give up. Dog came through and bit on Ulti's head. And who's on the top of the dog? Otamo! So all those Dongo dolls or Dungo balls, whatever they're called, pay dividends. And the fact that it's a Kunoichi's oath probably means that she's going to want to protect people. And she wants to protect Nami. So good on her. Good ending. And you know what the best news about this chapter is? You know the best thing about this chapter? There's no break next week. Which means 996 will be coming very quickly next week. I look forward to it. I hope you do too. As always, like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.